I love you, Chris.
Feels like I'm on trial or something out here. It's good to be here, I think. If I look familiar, it's because I recently started dressing like the bully from Karate Kid. I'm from Lubbock, which is a city. Thank you. We don't get that much often. So I'm from Lubbock, a city from northwest Texas, and we're most famously known for Buddy Holly. And if you'll remember, he was the central artist during the 50s rock and roll, who famously died in an airplane crash. And second one, we don't like to talk about him, but it's the Dixie Chicks, and it's one of the three members, and she was from born there. She made this thing about George Bush, and they had all this protests and records destroyed. We don't really like to talk about them too much. So we're also famous for Dixie Chicks. Long story short, short story long, it's pretty hard for white people in this city. So for me, I gotta figure a way out. White privilege is a little too hot right now. But all kidding aside, besides my brother, I have two OG white friends. So the group all together is Chris, Nate, and Eric. And the only way we can make that shit wider is if we had a fourth member like Dirk, Goose, or something like that. You gotta have a cool nickname. Okay, for real, we do have a fourth member, and his name is Goose. That's why that's funny to me. A little bit about my childhood. When I was 11, my family moved us from downtown to a different side of the neighborhood, a different side of the city, just outside, where it's a little bit nicer, but still close enough that Mexicans still work in the stores. You need a little bit of familiarity when you move places. And so, it's okay to laugh. I promise, I'm not gonna get mad.
It's being recorded.
And we can burn the footage. So, we just moved in, and I come from this kind of family where if dad's outside doing any kind of chores, mom says you better get your ass out there. So, dad's outside cutting some bushes, and so me and my brother, who's 10 at the time, we gotta run out there and rake up some leaves and shit. The catty corner neighbor comes up to my father and me and my brother and asks, how much do you charge?
Oh.
And I looked her in the eyes. I said, double your son's allowance. I didn't even know what allowance meant. I'd heard it once, and I was working at a disc golf course, which, by the way, to me, a frisbee golf course is just a small national park that white people manage to claim again. No, but for real, I ran inside and I left my father and my younger brother out there. I didn't know what racism was, but I just knew I didn't want to be there. What I'm really trying to say with this story is that Ric Flair is the only man openly known to wear a pimp coat to get off in court. Oh, maybe Preston. What? It's hard to distill it. maybe, let's say it this way. If Malcolm X wore a pimp coat, they would have killed him sooner, okay? So, 10 years later, I'm 21 now. I dated this girl for a couple of months. I needed a place to stay. But it was an exchange.
You can't get flagged.
But it was karma though. She broke up with me because I was Mexican. Which I don't understand because we dated for a couple of months. I mean, I guess I got darker over time, but it didn't make sense, you know. But I invited her into my life. I can't blame everything on her. So, I mean, that's the responsible thing to do, is not just point the finger. I mean, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. We met, it was dark, we're talking in the club. I was like, well, I guess he sounds white. It doesn't wear cologne. It smells white. Okay. Oh, that's nice, Chris. It could be like a skinny Viking. Yeah, I like that. It sounds white. That's white. Might as well. Good enough. Okay. Hey, this is reality. This is reality. This is how things work, I guess. But in Texas, it's okay to laugh. I promise. I promise. Okay, another way of looking at it is like waiters, right? You know, you're on a date. Fine, honey, and you're. Oh yeah. Fine, honey. I'm making. And the waiter's helping you out big time. I mean, I get to go on the couch and smooch after this thing. He's setting it up nicely. He's doing the Lego thing. All right, I'm LeBron in this situation. Okay. And I can tip my waiter a lot of money. I mean, not enough to pay for any bills or anything. I'm balling like that now. But I can tip the waiter. And they can use that in any way to help them throughout the day, throughout the week, the month. But this whole dating thing gets me to think about my past relationship, right? So over the summer, I broke up with my, well, okay. My girl broke up with me. Nah, by choice. So I'll send everyone her tag, and you can DM her after the show. And you know, money was a factor. I come from a really shitty family where, you know, I went back home during the summer and I found out my dad had stolen over $5,000 from my brother throughout 2017. He noticed because he was doing his taxes, and I was third wheeling it. We were at my girlfriend's apartment. It was me, her, and her roommate. And we were watching a movie, and I'm just stressed. I'm getting blown up texts from my dad. I mean, it's pretty serious. I mean, I can't even really enjoy the movie at all. Can't enjoy my water either. And you know, I'm freaking out, but communication is big in relationships. So at the end of it, I pull her aside and I say, hey, I agree. My dad wants to borrow $375. I know that money is supposed to go to my sister, but I caved in. But he's going to pay me back in 2 days. He's going to pay me back in 2 days. So the next day, I get a call from her. We need to talk. Fuck! Oh, we never need to talk about shit she's gonna do. We gotta talk about stuff I gotta do. It's never, hey Chris, so I know you've been waiting. Tonight, don't bring a condom. You can come over and we can get it on. No. Okay, that's never the phone call I'm hoping for. So, I go to her apartment and she pulls me in her room and we're talking and she's saying, listen, you're always choosing people when you're supposed to choose yourself, and you choose yourself when you're supposed to choose people. What you did with your dad was wrong, and I can't take it anymore. This is the last straw. And like the Native American that I pretend is in me, a tear came down my eye. Well, there was more than one tear. And honestly, it's my baby, please send me back. Please.
Oh.
But, I mean, I cried like a bitch, okay? Even with her, I mean, she's one of these people who graduated from high school, but 2 days before she graduated from high school, she graduated with her associate's degree. Like, people out here exist. And, yeah, I mean, that's the woman I actually love, right? She's a trooper. And so, at the end of this thing, I mean, so she graduates from high school, gets her associate's degree. In 2.5 years, she gets her bachelor's. In 2 years, she gets her master's, and currently, she's on her second year working for her PhD program. Like, this is nuts. Yeah, close. And at the end of this thing, she can, well, if I move back home, I have a chance of earning 50s. If I get a full-time professorship, I can earn $56,000 to $57,000 starting. Now, this is a dream job that probably won't come true. But then there's her, who can work in the industry and make a starting salary of $80,000, like $80,000. You know, I'm weeping, I'm crying, I come back to my car and I text my best friend. He only lives about 10 minutes away and he responds immediately and says, get your ass over here, you're gonna be here for tonight. So, like a good friend, he tells me that and I get in my car and I drive. And I'm laying on his couch for the rest of the night. And it's just getting weird. I mean, it's becoming a therapy session. But there's a big silence and out of nowhere I just think and he looks at me and says, what's on your mind? Fuck, dude, she was supposed to pay off my loans. What the hell am I gonna do now? This is the honest truth, okay? Alright, I worked so hard with this one, but but this is the same summer that just passed, right? And but in Texas, we have a state song. It's deep in the heart of Texas, and I've always tried to figure out what that shit meant. There's a lot of pride mixed with a little bit of racism, which isn't the best combo. But I never really understood racism. Like, why would you only want to team up with people who look like you? Like, I love Mexican food, but not enough to stop thinking about Riri and my spank bank. Like, but I don't know, there's this old correlation with being landlocked and racism. So wouldn't that be some shit if the cure to racism was just proper hydration? we could, I don't know, maybe every time Trump drank a bottle of water, the wall would get 10 feet shorter or something. And just put him on an all-liquid diet, and then shame him into playing a game of basketball with Obama. Which, if it took you 4 years to walk to the local park to play a pickup game of basketball, would you still play if Hillary and Trump were the team captains? But, peace out, bitches. I'll be back. No, we can make that. No, that's not over. I got material. I mean, and I wanted to vote for Hillary so bad. I mean, it's like supposed to be my American dream, my wet American dream. She's white and blonde. I wanted to have it the same feeling as if when I first fell in love. I wanted it to feel the way King Kong has feelings for Anne in the movie. What? I wanted it to be instinctual. I don't know, wouldn't it be cool if we had like Rubio and Bernie, them play basketball together? Alright, so Bernie wins at the end of this bit. And I started seeing Trump as basically just a bad boyfriend. I started trying to look at all his political mess as relationships. I mean, it kind of explains his behavior. He's just a guy whose girl is looking through his phone trying to find messages from that bitch-ass trick, Russia. I mean, it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. That's why he's like trying to diffuse traction. But then we criticize every single thing that he does. You know, the way he sips water. God, guys, he's trying to cure his racism. The way he, the size of his hands, and kind of want to say stop that, as a guy with small hands. And we even, or the media, was making fun of his sniffles the whole time during the debates, which for me begs the question, how much cocaine has been done in the White House versus weed smoke? And think about it. I mean, I have. There's 69, you have Nixon. Cocaine! He did cocaine! For sure, he did cocaine. 77, Ford. Or 74, Ford. 77, Carter. 81, Reagan. I'm pretty sure he did both. The man, he was from California, he owned a monkey. The only other people I know that were famous and owned monkeys was Michael Jackson and Justin Bieber. Correlations. 89, we have H.W. Bush. Then 93, we have Clinton. Go to 01, W. Bush. I'm pretty sure that's all natural. And then Obama. And I'm not saying Obama smoked any weed, but definitely his daughters did. We saw that. To me, it seems that American politics circle around black and white, and as everybody's talking about these discussions of political representation, brown people are steady fucking their way to the top. And we're increasing. We don't die, we multiply. That's the motto. But, so I come from a big family, and an even bigger family, which, when you look at correlations, there are women tend to be higher educated, tend to have less children. So that doesn't make my mother dumb, my parents dumb. Maybe. But I'm on my way to get a master's degree, and I think that makes me smart, but my penis still wants 4 kids.
Yeah. My ovaries.
Which I call that the R. Kelly theory. My mind is telling me one thing. You don't want me to sing? Okay, great. This is also the same summer where Charlottesville happened. This broke out in the news. It was continuous for a couple of days. Eventually it dies off. But I remember in my memory, and this is pretty familiar. I mean, back in 2010, the KKK actually came through my hometown. And the only reason I know is because when I was younger, my parents moved us away from a bad neighborhood to I think you'll figure it out, pretty nice neighborhood where the KKK would leave a little flyer conveniently on the lawn, and I would pick it up and see that they're holding a town hall meeting of sorts. And let me ask, has anyone ever seen the way black people react to magic?
Wow.
Oh, they believe. You believe. I believe. Okay? It's real. I mean, does anybody know of David Blaine and how it actually came to be? How his career actually started? So he pays this cameraman, and they start performing street magic. I mean, this is what started his TV career. He takes this film, gives it to TV executives and producers, and they always point to this one story, and it's where he's performing magic on the street with two black guys. And it's really simple magic, right? I mean, all he's doing is just performing this card trick, pulls it out, and he tells them to take the card. So he's got black guy number 1. I don't want to give out any aliases. And number 2. So he pulls out the cards, says, choose anyone. Okay, so gets the card. And David Blaine pulls the cards back, takes the top card, and says, when I snap my fingers, your card is going to come in my hand, my card will be in your hand. Oh shit! And the black guy takes off down the street, comes back, he's so angry. He can't touch that magic. It's too good. It's too real. So he says, hold on. Let me go get my girl. I'll be back in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. So he takes off down the street. Shit you not, 5 minutes later, comes back with his girlfriend, him, and his best friend. And so David Blaine does the same trick. He's definitely not trying too hard. So he pulls out the cards and says, choose any card you want. So she does the same thing. Okay, I'm going to make this card appear in your hand, and your card's going to appear in my hand. The same black guy, the boyfriend, oh shit! He comes back. Oh, son. And I'm watching the film thinking, oh my God, he's so excited. He's hyping David Blaine up. He's hyping my man Dave up. Oh shit, he's got good magic skills. Magic to black people is so good. He's willing to call his girlfriend, his black girlfriend, a black woman, son. What the? Listen, I have no courage to call any woman in here a guy. By mistake, I'm sorry. But I ain't got the heart for it. So this is how strong magic is. So back in 2010, when this KKK meeting was supposed to happen in my hometown, similar to Charlottesville, where they got this Robert E. Lee statue standing. David Blaine came to my town, and we figured out how to solve this problem.
Shut up. Wow.
So, what if, and this was the prompt, what if we can get alt-right Klan members to react the same way to magic that black people do? I mean, it makes sense. He's got the skills. Okay. Let's do it, David. Let's do it. So he takes the same cameraman out. Gotta work with the same scenario. Everything's going on. And he walks down. And he looks in front of the camera. And says, "We're here today somewhere in the South. Probably close to a courthouse. And I'm gonna do a favor for my most dedicated fans. I'm gonna make this Robert E. Lee statue disappear." And they find a Klans member, and he says, "Here is a deck of cards. Choose any card you want." So David fans out the cards. The Klans guy gets the card. And he says, "On the count of 3, picks up the card. I'm gonna make that statue disappear." What the fuck? 1, 2. The statue's gone. I mean, it's gone, and the Klans guy's facial expression isn't gone. So he goes down the block, grabs his shotgun, and pulls up to David. "Make that statue appear." I can bring it back. Hold on. Counting 3. We're gonna make something appear. Camera guy, you got this? Okay. 1, 2, 3. And the Home Depot appeared! And that's the story of how I got my first job.
No, stop!
Okay. Okay, to wrap this up. Alright, so when I was growing up, my father had me when he was 17 years old and my mom was 15. And I grew up, when they grew up, I grew up with their taste in music, their taste in cars, everything. I wasn't sheltered or censored from anything. It was a pretty glorious life, except for I couldn't go outside. In the 5th grade, I went to in elementary school, I went to charter school, which is a little bit different from public school, but it's a little more progressive, especially for Texas. In hindsight, I had a lesbian teacher, and she would let us 5 kids in the 5th grade form a rap group. Legitimately would rush with schoolwork just to climb over onto those little like ATV monitors and rap into the shitty computer mic. But it was like the funnest part of school. They would just get done with everything and then hurry up and go there. So it was Mark A, Mark C, Jonathan, Sammy, and Chris. I was not good. I was designated to draw everything, which was pretty sweet. I mean, this same teacher actually let me hang up a 3x3 foot drawing of Tupac outside in the hallway. That is some crazy shit. I don't even know if that goes down today, but I'm 10 years old cranking out Tupac. And that's where I learned everything. That's my first inspiration. I want to be a rapper so bad. I would sit down in front of my boombox, and I would put the headphones on, and I'd hit play, and I'd write my shitty ass raps, and I'd hit And then I'd stop and go over and just repeat, and Dad would come in and say, "Are you copying?" No. All right, I was copying actually. And so I would just do that all the time. I mean, I learned so much from rap. And I mean, favorite rapper was Tupac, second favorite was 50 Cent. That's when Bulletproof came out, Get Rich or Die Trying. I was in it, I believed it. I wanted to be 50 Cent, just jacked. I even grew my hair out. I protested against my mom to get it cut. She made me go get a perm when that got too crazy. I would go and walk down. I would walk down the block and get my hair braided. I was in it. And instantly, this is 6th grade now. I'm growing up. I come to school the first day with my braids all in my hair. Instantly, I was the best rapper in the group. I was Rachel Dolezal before she was her. Alright, thank you guys. I'm sorry for all the racist shit. To wrap this up, I was thinking of a positive message I can kind of just see. For my favorite rapper, Mr. Motherfucking Exquire, that's right. He has a track called Vanilla Rainbows. It's funny?
No, I know it.
It's serious. It's not. It says passion. Passion is a Latin word, and it actually derives from el pasio. You know, pasio means to suffer. You know, you suffer for your ups, you suffer for your downs, you suffer for your triumphs. And I've been suffering too. You know, it wasn't a baby, but it wasn't a baby. But I've heard these ignorant comments, racist stuff. You know, I did go through a heartbreak, and I'm very much still in. And I'm very much so witnessing what the media is looking at as the national divide, whether it's true or not. But you gotta use that suffering, right? You gotta make art, you gotta make something beautiful. Except for gay wedding cake suffering. I don't know what that's about. Okay, that's it. That's all I got. Thank you guys.
You up, you make